Hello, it's Jay here again and welcome to another tutorial. So in this lesson we're carrying on with the temperature, and where we'd left off in the last lesson we had our variables in place and we created the GUI. But as of yet we have no value for the temperature, so it's just shown as 0. So we'll begin with the basics, and actually I'm going to refactor this naming convention. I'm going to change it to underscore. Let's put current temperature. We'll hit OK. May have to do some tidying up of the comments. Okay, with that done, I'm going to come here and we'll need a place to put this. Let's put it here above the seconds counter, and we'll say void, and it's going to be called temperature manager. Open and close brackets. We'll open and close again. Let's just copy the debug log from the seconds counter, and we'll swap out the naming conventions in the log. And with that created, let's come to the void update, and we'll call the temperature manager. We'll open and close brackets. We'll close the line off into the comments. And we'll just say in the comments, call temperature manager function. And we'll save that off there. So we're now calling this void, so we'll run all the time for the moment. Now, as before, we're going to first concentrate on getting something up and running, and then we'll concern ourselves with optimization of the code afterwards. But with that said, let's continue on and let's just get some values displayed first. So we're going to create an if statement. We'll open and close brackets. No need to close the line off. We're going to come inside the brackets and we're going to say underscore spring equals true. So if we're in the month of spring, let's put this into the comments. So if spring equals true, well, we can put, and we're in the month, not month, sorry, season of spring. We'll come to the next line, and what we want to do is set the current temperature to be equal to our spring temperature, and we're also going to say plus spring temperature variance. Let's just break this line up for commenting, so I'll enter here after the equals. Now, when it comes to spring temperature variance, as we've got spring temp variance here, we have no value of yet, so this will still have a value of 0, this float. So if we come back down, so this part of the code is adding nothing at the moment. However, we are going to do a separate video where this is generated randomly, the temp variance, and then the code will work. This part of the code will add something to the equation, but we're going to do that in a separate video. So, but we'll get in place for now. So we'll just close the line off. So for the moment, the current temperature will just equal the spring temperature, and the variance will come just later. But for now, let's get into the comments. We'll say then set current temperature to equal. We'll come to the next line and then we'll say the spring temperature plus the spring temperature variance. So let's copy that if statement and we'll paste it in 3 times. And I'm sure you've all guessed what we're going to do now. We're going to go through and swap out the naming conventions for each of the seasons. So we'll change this to if underscore summer equals true. We need to change the comment here and here as well. Then the current temperature should be equal to the summer temperature plus the underscore summer temp variance. And let's just copy summer from there and we'll paste it in here and here as well. So we've just got to do the same now for the other seasons. So we'll just keep going through. So there's autumn. Autumn temperature. And again, let's just copy that and paste it in here and here as well. So finally for the winter. So underscore winter equals true. And as always, we'll just keep going, changing and tidying up the comments as we go, as we always do. Winter temperature, winter temp variance, and change the comment here and here as well. So we need to change that to autumn temp variance as well. So with those in place, let's save this off. And I'm just going to have a look at the void start. Now, as you can see, I begin in the season of autumn. So when we start the game, autumn will equal true, and the current temperature should amend itself to the autumn temperature. And as I said, that will come later. So let's come to our project. We'll come to the directional light and we'll have a look at our script. So we have a value of 10 for the autumn temperature. Let's have a look what I set this to. I'm actually going to change the winter, I think, to 5F. And autumn, in fact, let's change spring to 15. So we've got different values for each season now. So we have 15, 20, then down to 10 and down to 5. So mine should equal 10. Let's just change those in here. Let's just hit reset. And here we go. The values have changed. So my temperature should now equal 10, the current temperature. So we can see it here in the inspector, and we also should see the GUI. So let's hit play. And as you can see, it does equal now the summer temperature of 10. As you can see, it's also changed here in the inspector. And we'll just stop that there. And of course, you can always set this to private, and that will go for all the other variables here once you've found values that suit your project. So I am aware that the actual inspector list is getting rather long now. So maybe you'd like to do that, but I'll leave that choice up to you. But I think we'll leave it here for this lesson. So as always, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope to see you next time. And until then, as always, bye for now.